Hi guys, my name is Toby Trundle. I'm the creator of the Save My Life programme and the UK's #1 obesity weight loss coach. Welcome to another article, okay, and what I want to talk to you about today, okay, is burning fat in specific areas and also specifically on the legs, okay. It's a problem area that a lot of women tend to say they have, and also men as well, in terms of people in the overweight and obese weight categories, because obviously you can hold an awful lot of weight around your hips and your thighs, and also on the lower leg as well, which can impact you walking and also put a lot of stress on your joints, and also as a result of that it can also put a lot of stress on your back, believe it or not, as well. So what I'm going to do is talk a little bit about that to you today, and see if I can help you out a little bit more. Okay, so the first thing you've got to understand, guys, is that you can't choose where you burn fat, okay? You can't say, I want to burn fat on my legs, I want to burn fat on my stomach, I want to burn fat on my arms, okay? You can't do that, okay? Your body will naturally lose weight in certain places easier than in other places, okay? And that is purely down to the individual, okay? Their genetics, their hormone levels, and also their own body type, okay? Because so different body type people will lose weight in different places. For instance, I mean, there is a lot of generic places where people lose weight, so for instance on their face, and particularly across their shoulders, but some people will find then they'll lose the weight off their legs before their stomach, or maybe the other way around. It's a very individual thing, and that's just a part of getting to know your body. Now, just because you lose fat in one place easier than another doesn't mean that you can't lose the fat around your legs, okay, or a specific area. It just means it's going to take a little bit more time, but you've got to be persistent with it, okay, because eventually it will get to that stage where it will drop off in that area. It's just a case of getting through the other stages first. So, I mean, you're still losing and you're still dropping body fat, but you just need to keep with it until you drop down in that certain area that you're aiming for. Now, there is certain things we can do, okay, to hurry up the fat burning process. The first one is when we do our cardiovascular training, so that's getting our heart rate up, and then we can use something called intervals, okay. Now with these intervals we want to use big movements, and on the types of exercises we use, we want to start to use exercises which predominantly use the legs in a big way. So things like cycling or hill walking, okay, are putting a lot of stress on the quads and also the hamstrings as well. And whereas there's rowing, for something like rowing, okay, you'd be predominantly using the arms. We want to use an exercise and choose an exercise predominantly using the legs. And then incorporate some interval training into that, okay? So it's a minute fast or 30 seconds fast followed by a minute slightly slower as a rest, okay? So you go maximum for that fast minute and then slower for that other minute, okay? But if it's a case of using the legs, try and use powerful exercises, so things like sprints or jogs, and also obviously like increased resistance on the bike, okay, because that's going to burn more calories in a bigger way, especially around these legs, okay. It's going to help to promote muscle tone here as well, which is what we're going to talk about now. Now, going on to resistance training, you need to do that, okay, especially if you want to lose fat around the legs, okay. So things like squats and lunges and using free weight exercises on your legs is going to increase your muscle tone, okay, not increase muscle mass, okay, guys. Please don't confuse that. There's no way that you are going to go into the gym, do leg weights, and then end up getting muscly legs. It's just not going to happen. But what we want to do is we want to tone that muscle, okay, so it gives our legs shape, okay, and then they therefore appear to be a better shape or a more desired shape than they would do if we didn't do that, okay. So combining the two, the cardio with the fat burn and increasing the muscle tone, okay, both of those together are going to give us the legs we want. Now the bigger the movement the better, okay. I'm going to talk a little bit about compound movements, so things like big movements again, guys. So like the cardio, big movements, so things like squats, yeah, going all the way down, all the way up on a squat, lunges, yeah, big hamstring curls, okay, so you can do them on the machine in the gym. You need to be getting those sorts of things in, okay, because the more you can work that muscle, the more it's going to tone, okay, and the more it's going to give you that look. Now, in terms of retoning the muscle as well. It's also going to increase our metabolic rate, okay? So we get an offshoot and benefit of that. Not just the muscle tone, but also calorie burning as well, okay? Because it will increase your metabolism the more you tone the muscle. And then as a result of that, the more calories you'll burn and the more weight you will lose, okay? Yeah, also, I want to give you a top tip. So you're obviously combining this cardio and resistance together. I mean, I'm doing a little bit more of a more in-depth video on this later on this week, so make sure you check out the e-zine, okay, and the blog feed as well, because there's going to be another interesting article on this. But what you need to do, okay, is try and combine that cardio and that muscle toning resistance, okay, to get maximum effect for burning fat on the legs, okay. So things like circuit training are going to be best for you. But if you are doing them separate, then try and do a bit more resistance work, okay, to burn through the sugars, because that's what they'll do. It'll burn through the sugar in the muscle, so you get in that fat burning zone quicker, and then do your cardiovascular afterwards, okay, or do a bit of cardio, a bit of resistance, and then a bit of cardio, okay. There is a certain way of doing certain exercises in certain routines, which is going to be more beneficial to you. But I'm going to go a little bit more into detail about that in a later video. Have a look at the article below, guys. Have a good read. It will give you some great hints and tips, okay, in terms of how to lose weight on your legs and burn the fat off. And let me know what you think. Cheers.